Before we get into some of the issues that you're going to be facing down the road, let's kind of look back to start. Kathy, you've been on now 8 of the past 10 years, so you've seen quite a few changes, and Marlena, you've had some pretty dramatic changes in the 4 years that you've been on. The first one that comes to mind is full-day kindergarten, which finally got passed for the school year last year,
right.
And so this is just in its infancy of year 2.
Hopefully not the terrible 2.
Yeah, exactly. Can you guys talk a little bit about, first of all, a little bit of background as to how this got implemented and some of the work that went into getting this through, and then now that it has been implemented, what changes have you seen, and how has it changed the kind of the school day that the children are experiencing?
Well, just a little bit of history. Around about 2002, 2004, we did a survey of the community to see if there was any interest in full-day kindergarten. And at that time, the interest was not high. It was maybe 20–30%. 2 years ago, well, actually 3 years ago now, we redid that same study, and it was up to like 85% were interested in full-day kindergarten. So at that point, we put together a committee of teachers and parents, community leaders, Board of Ed people, to look at, could we do this? Do we have the space? We knew that building wasn't an option, so we wanted to see if there was some way we could do it and how it would be done. And luckily, we got it. There was a way we could do it. We started it, and it's been running great. We got our first report last year at the end of the school year on how our kindergartners were doing, and many of them, like 95%, were ready for reading in first grade. And tonight, as a matter of fact, when I leave here, I'm going to a meeting where we're going to look at, what does first grade look like now for those children that were in all-day kindergarten next year. So it's been very exciting.
And it was actually a very interesting process to go through. Of course, we brought it up in budget meetings with the Board of Ed, and then most of us also spoke at town council meetings. And there was a lot of give and take with various town councilors because this issue was just so important. So what was good about it is that there was cooperation across the aisle. And I know I at least spoke to a few Republican town councilmen as well as town councilors, as well as Democrats as well. And there was definitely a changing point, I think. Being able to get full-day kindergarten passed was really, really important for this town. And as Kathy said, it's been successful, and we'll know better when they graduate in high school.
Right.
So there's a long way to go to really see, but it's so far there have been very, very, very few complaints that at least I'm aware of.
Well, last year we had 3 or 4 students that started off as half day, and after the first month or so it was down to 3. So it was very well received by the community, by the parents, and
half day, I believe, still is always an option.
But most parents seem to be going all in.
Vast majority.
Yeah.
Well, when your child comes home and says, "Why am I coming home?" and all my friends are staying, I want to
Yes.
stay, I want to have lunch, I want to do all these things. So, there's probably a little peer influence
pressure.
there
Yes.
too.
Yes.